It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports as a pair of heavyweights get set to square off. It's the Packers and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were at full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who are saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. As we take a peek at their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native and former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other two-thirds, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
First carry for James Conner. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Play fake, Mariota. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. James Conner. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the counter, Gibson. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Vikings. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a big play there on 4th and 10. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
They got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. On 1st and 10 is Counter. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff coming left, Counter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. To throw, Mariota. Wide open receiver, complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run here with Connor, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd. From the gun, Mariota. And it's caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
They stopped him in his tracks. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mostert a first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 39. They'll run with Gibson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. On 1st down, Gibson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw because if he had had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
And I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They start the drive with Conner. A first down for Conner and then some. Touchdown, Vikings! James Conner, 82 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's up near 100 yards now here in the 2nd quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Wilson going to throw for it. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the 2nd quarter. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Mariota on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Mariota's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He's got it. Touchdown. Darren Waller. His touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Touchdown, Packers! Henry Ruggs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Final play of the half here, Mariota. So we've reached halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Prepare for it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. It's a big play there for Green Bay. He's got a man complete. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gibson again. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Gibson will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football. They go play action. Mariota. And the Packers give him nowhere to
to go, and they bring him down. Devin White. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Mariota's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota.
On the slant, he's got Hardman.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Mariota to throw it.
To Evans on the slant.
20, 10, touchdown, Vikings! Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This taken in at the goal line.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Now, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
Lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And he's got some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. James Conner, 44 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. On 2nd and 2, Wilson. This is caught. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and it just changes the complexion of the whole game.
The risk reward of the comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type.
Touchdown, Vikings! Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Mariota will look to throw. And this will be caught. As they convert here for 2. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength. Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now Wilson on 1st down. On the move to his left. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this will be caught at the 30. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Curtis Samuel, an even 90 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. They'll look to throw.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
On 1st down, Connor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A 3rd quarter now and a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. Third and long. It's Wilson. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd down and 12. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. They go play action with Wilson. Being chased out left. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They start with a give to Connor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Now Mariota. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
first down. It's Gibson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, and as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And got his man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just get the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now they still trail by 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Mariota finds his running back, James Conner. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. Mariota. He'll dump this one off to Conner. Not much there, only a yard.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 183 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder, if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with no...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 8, 2:23 to play. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Wilson rolling to his left. Taking a shot for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And down to the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Touchdown, Packers. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab. And the Packers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Here's Mariota. And that's complete to Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So the focus shifts back to the Packers offense, trailing by a field goal. A little over 50 seconds remaining. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Wilson to throw. Out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here's Antonio Gibson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime now for Wilson. Steps away. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. On the move to his left. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.
Thank you.